Jeez.
The number one uncle, live on location from the wilderness.
Jeez.
Very
Number
nice.
one?
Number one.
Rhett, congrats.
I'm the only one. The other one is a married in, and he's useless.
Yeah. I know I'm not in the running.
Is this your place in the Northeast for the North Stars paperwork, or where are you?
Yeah, this is the remote.
Yeah, that's your remote location.
I got places all over.
Why not? Yeah.
Any spots available here?
Nice. Good seats still available?
Oh.
Good to know. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's a presentation of Bet365. Hockey fans tired of waiting for the end of the game to get paid, ready to move on to that next puck drop. It's Bet365. Official partner of the NHL, 3-goal early payout. If the team you're riding goes up by 3 at any point in the game, they will pay your bet out early. Got close last night. Got close.
Good
Got
game.
close early. Yeah. Super chat today. If you're watching in the YouTube, we're on YouTube Live, don't you know? You put in a comment with some dough. The money goes to the Youth Centers of Calgary, and we will place your comment on the show, and then say some things about you. As we're here in the, it's a unique, a never before seen McLeod Law LLP studios today.
One of one.
Pinder in the official studios. I'm at my home studio, and Retro is out in the Outback.
G'day, mate.
I'm kookanoosing.
You are kookanoosing.
Kookanoodling.
And canoodling as well. I love
Very
canoodling.
good.
Are you allowed to canoodle? Is canoodling kind of go against the marriage thing?
Yeah.
Well, if you're canoodling with the married one, then I think it's all above board. But some
Get
people are into
consent,
that,
that's-
though.
Yeah.
Look at this. Add effects using hand gestures. Turn on reactions to express yourself with a hand gesture during a video call. Oh.
What
the
happens
hell
if
is
it's a
that?
Give us a wave.
Do I dare attempt this?
I'm a little worried.
I'm not actually sure what's happening. But we're here in the McLeod Law LLP studios. If you get too far into the canoodling, you may need McLeod Law. I would think probably some of McLeod Law's businesses come directly from canoodling.
Yeah.
Sad to say.
Maybe it's not sad. Maybe it's
I just want people to be happy, Dean.
for all involved.
Whatever makes you happy. Fellas, what a game last night.
It was great.
What a game.
Yes.
And you guys had no faith that these two teams could show up and battle.
No.
Thought it was going to be a low-scoring, boring, drawn-out.
One of us took the glass half empty route, that is for sure. But that's all right. That's what makes this show great.
One of us took. What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
You did a very good job of getting us to buy into the Carolina, but Dean, you really said we needed to try very hard to get people invested. But we were holding out hope for a good series.
I think whether or not people are invested is different than whether the game was good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if people care about Vegas and Carolina.
No, but if it's a good
hell of a
series,
hockey
people will
game.
care, right?
You're the one that took the under.
I took the under, but I did say these are too hard checking.
And Jack, you're the one who said there'd be no scoring in the. How'd that go? Why did you tell the people about your big wager last night?
Yeah, I had about $200 of bets going last night, and they were all dead within like 30 seconds of the game. I was convinced it was going to be low scoring and go to overtime. That was just in my head the whole day. They come out and score within
First
like
shot.
20 seconds. I think it was like first 10 minutes, no goals. I put like $100 or $80 on it.
Yeah,
Instantly dead.
That is not responsible. We tell you every day, play responsibly. That is irresponsible.
Yes.
Throw a toonie down.
I had some extra cash later.
Yeah. But again, it's awesome for you. That is responsible betting. You're fine with that. So that's good. Good for you. Yes. Very much similar to the game against Montreal, except, kind of remember Seth Jarvis scored 33 seconds into game one against Montreal.
Right.
And it was like, oh boy, Montreal's into it now. It was a good run, Montreal. And then I think Caulfield tied it by the 1 minute mark. And then they kept scoring and scoring, and Carolina would lose that hockey game. It was the only game they would lose in that series, but they had a very early lead. And in this one, they had a very early lead, even quicker than the 33 seconds side. But anyway, hell of a shot. But a foot off the ice, post it in, and away we go. And then it was Ehlers again. He would score to make it 2-0. And I don't know what you were thinking at 2-zip about Vegas. And we've learned it a number of times because they do come back. They did it against Colorado in a 3-0. Had a 3-0 lead, did the Avalanche. And Vegas said, hold my beer. We got them.
Did it early in that Utah series too. I know a lot of people watch that one, but they just don't, it doesn't seem to phase them. There was no bad ball. Oh, we're down. Darn it. It's like, no, just keep working. We'll find a way.
Vegas has 20 wins with Torts behind the bench. 12 of them have been in come from behind fashion.
Jeez.
They are not they're not too afraid of, or at least they've shown that they can come back. How concerned are you about Carolina? We know what momentum is, and it's but what'd you see last night? Any concern?
Power play, breakaways, chances to win. I'm not concerned.
Posts. There was a shot for 3-1 that I thought was real close. Look, these look like two pretty evenly matched teams, and for a while Carolina was in total control. Vegas got back into it to the point where, despite a huge shot deficit, it was even late in the third at one point. I don't think Carolina's worried. Like, would you have liked to have tucked it in? Yeah. Did you look overmatched? No.
The one thing the guys were talking about, I think it was BX that was talking about, and maybe even Elliot afterwards, they was like, this feels like this is different than Montreal. This is different than what maybe Carolina has seen at this point. Is you lose game one, that's fine. This feels like a more formidable task. They're bigger, stronger, been there before.
Yep.
These Vegas Golden Knights, they're an equal in this fight.
And when they lost to Montreal in game one, they lost because they were out of it. They had a coach
11 days.
Yeah, they had a coach say, that's not the team that I've watched and coached for however long. So I do think Vegas is a different beast. I think that they will match up better. But what have we cried and complained about? How boring the hockey is. I mean, that 2-0 goal, you were worried it was going to be the same, but at least we got some action. Should be good.
We all picked long series, and we all knew that this would be a better opponent than Montreal was. And maybe Colorado, under different circumstances, would have given a much better test to Vegas. But we knew that the way Carolina was playing, it was going to be the toughest test for both these teams. And, we all picked 6 or 7. I think nothing last night was like, oh, shoot, we have a series here. Like, we all thought it was going to be a series based on our picks.
Yeah. It's a great game.
Really good game. And Carolina came back, too, for all the talk about Vegas coming back. It's like, they found a way to get back on even terms when they fell behind, and the building was awesome. Back and forth we go. Neither goalie is looking like 950 version of themselves, which will add to the entertainment a little bit, but we also saw some big saves. Both teams are gritty and work their tails off. They're tenacious, physical. It's what you want in a cup final.
Are we at all worried with the goaltenders giving up that many? I mean, I'm not, but it's odd for Hart and Anderson.
Worried be the wrong word, but I think you'll see teams adjust, especially we've seen it with Vegas in series where they figure out what another team's trying to do. And we just make this adjustment and we'll make that harder for them. Carolina hasn't had a spot where you've worried about them unless you really bought into that loss off the 11-day break, but that dropped them to 8-1 in the postseason and they haven't lost since. So we'll see how they adjust.
Yeah. And again, the two Ehlers, the breakaway goals, there were mistakes that led directly to goals, and I wonder if that cleans itself up more than worrying about the goal. The first one's that chip by Theodore. The second one, it's Eichel puts it right on Chatfield's stick and then hits Ehlers to make it 2-0. The 2-2 goal, Martin can't clear, and then Eichel finds Barbashev for that shot that's off a stick and in. Pretty much every goal on the night had an uncharacteristic kind of a brain cramp or a mistake that led directly to the scoring chance or the goal that went, even the game winner, which is a hell of a pass by Sissons.
I even thought, is that ever a nice play? Hurdle too. I mean, all this blind, like that easily gets tipped away, but threads the needle
NHL.
Your cap.
NHL, he meant to do that.
He knew the guy was open. It's just, you can try that a lot and that pass doesn't get through.
Are you trying to tell us it's a game of inches, Ryan?
I am saying inches.
BX was saying last night that there was a time when that was a high skill. There were very few guys in the league that were going to make that kind of play. And he's like, kind of everybody can do it now.
Yeah,
All the
bottom
kids today
six
come
winger.
in.
Yeah.
Rod the Bod, afterwards, obviously disappointed. You come that close, you tie it late, and then give up one with under 5 left. But he maybe has bigger issues as his top line, if you want to call it that. They're having woes right now. Here's Rod on the woes of his top line.
They had one good shift in the third there, but yeah, they gotta. I mean, everyone has to play well if you're gonna win at this time of year. It's as simple as that. And you know, your best guys got to get on the score sheet. You know, that's gonna have to happen if we want to, you know, get where we want to be.
Jarvis, Svechnikov, Aho, no points, 6 combined shots. Jarvis had a chance. He had a number of
Couple
chances
good looks. Yeah.
he passes instead of shooting. On the one late power play, he kind of whiffs on a one-timer that the net was. He had plenty of net there, and then of course is stopped 30 seconds or whatever it is before Hertl gets the game winner. Jarvis has 3 goals and 8 points in 14 games. 3 goals. One of them was an empty netter in Game 5 against Montreal. Aho has 4 goals and 3 assists, so 7 points in 14 games. He had 2 empty netters in Game 4 against Ottawa. And Svechnikov, one of his 3 goals, is into an empty net. They're not good, and maybe it's because the other teams that they're playing just will key in on these 3, and if everybody else can beat us, then so be it. And so far, everybody else has been able to beat them. But I was not impressed with Jarvis at all last night. I thought he was turning pucks over, trying to make plays that weren't there. I like Aho. He kind of on the one Carlson goal, he's both of his D-men go chasing behind the net, but he's kind of caught watching. I don't know. It's to his point. If they don't get going, I don't like their chances. But we're into round 4 and they've not been red hot. So
you can't leave your top guys or your top line not contributing. You won't. I mean, you're finally matching up against another team that has the same moxie or whatever. I don't even know what you want to call it, but it's going to stand in front of you and go blow to blow. You have to have guys going.
Yeah.
Ryan just said it. Hertl was, wow, who's Hertl anymore? What's he doing? He's scoring.
Spin-offs.
Big goals.
Yeah.
There
Howden scores again, had 12 in the regular season, has 11 in the postseason. Like you need the guys you expect. And I thought, we'll talk about Eichel. I thought he, after a rough first, was great the rest of the way. We go to the Insider Hotline, presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Safe to say spring is finally here. You want that hard water and chlorine, all that? Your skin's all itchy. Maybe a water softener. Treat you. Be nice to yourself. Be good to yourself. Maybe it's the air in your home. Keep your air clean, free of pollen and dust and allergens and other airborne contaminants with indoor air quality systems. It's just making your life better. It's Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. We go to the Insider Hotline, our guest hotline, and say hi to TSN. TSN's own Jamie McLennan. Hello, Jamie.
How you guys? Where's the other guy? Is he in the
We don't know.
He just turned off his camera. He's on location.
Yeah, he just leaves and
I don't
goes
know
back.
what on location means. Like,
Well, he might have a green screen, but it looks like he's in the forest, and we're not entirely sure.
there he is. He does look.
I'm making coffee noodles. Quit yelling at me. I'm on vac. Look at me.
I think that's a fake green screen. I don't think that's real.
What are you talking about? Fake green screen. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, Riders. Go Riders.
Yeah.
Listen, you're a hoarder. You're just showing everybody you're a hoarder.
I haven't seen the green screen with the propane tank before, so I'm gonna lean towards Rhett's take here.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a. I mean, it's a beautiful green screen. Put it that
Gotta get out in nature's noodles. I know you love getting out into nature and into the wild, and
I would never go there
Get out
because
there. Look it up.
that place is covered with mosquitoes and bugs and everything. That's why you're wearing a blanket around you instead of like that. That shirt is the shirt. There's no way a mosquito could get through an inch thick shirt. That's why.
Cotton, no. Actually, it's wasps out here.
Ooh.
Mosquitoes aren't bad out here, but the wasps can get nasty.
Yeah, I don't like bugs. They don't like me either. Animals and bugs hate my face. So.
You remind me of my buddy Beef. He camping or the outdoors. No thing. I just want crisp white sheets and room service. That's my holidays.
Condiments.
I go to the bathroom on a toilet, not wipe my ass with a leaf and think I'm bonding with nature. Like I don't care. I don't like that stuff. We all know that. Like I respect people that like the outdoors. I just prefer the indoors. Put it that way.
Well, I think our friend likes to make it like he's very rugged, but I don't know. I
Oh.
don't think it's
He's
totally
a mountaineer,
rough
Dean. I
out
don't know what
there.
you're talking about. Mountaineer.
Yeah. Anyway, we were just talking, Noodles. We were just reveling in the fact what a match last night. We had a hell of a game.
Great match. Yeah, it was an awesome game. I mean, I would love 6 or 7 games of that because it you could tell, and I think we're going to see some adjustments from both coaches. Both of them looked crabby at different points of the game.
Yeah.
Torts politely reminded his group that there's plenty of time and let's dig back into this game. And you could see Rod, have the Scrabble face a few times when his guys were used to being so defensively sound. And it's Chatfield that lets Howden go on the back door. It's left shot.
Well, Goss Despair loses hurdle on the game winner.
So, you're looking at that. And I mean, there's missed assignments everywhere. So I would argue the next game's probably going to be a 3-2 game. And keep in mind, I didn't think the goalies either had their A stuff. I think they made some good saves, but I would argue they're going to have a few adjustments as to what they're seeing and feeling in the finals. So it's going to look differently, but man, that was good hockey last night. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily felt like Carolina was going to run away and hide at 2-0, but there's something about Vegas that, and maybe it's, again, recency bias. We buy into what we're seeing, but we saw Vegas come back from that 3-0 deficit to beat Colorado in that game last round. They handled Colorado, not with relative ease, I guess. They didn't dominate, but they were down, but were unfazed. And Torts was talking about it last night, that these are guys that have won before. They've been here before. We talked with Red all about it, and he kind of will say, how many guys on this team, how many have won a cup? How many games of playoff experience do they have? That's the one thing in this series, at least cup final experience you're going to have, is a decided edge for Vegas. For you, how much of that came down to we've been here before, don't panic for the Vegas Golden Knights?
I think poise, the word poise doesn't get used enough when we talk about certain situations, and this would be one of them. Like, they didn't look rattled at 2-0. They didn't try and open the game up and start getting stupid and we're going to take a piece of them if we're going to lose this game. They stuck with the game plan. They scored right away to make it 2-1, and they made a game of it. And then they get ahead 3-2 early in the second period. And you're going, okay, this is a team that's got to their game. So they kind of waded into the game a little bit. Carolina's a tough building to play in. It's windy for some reason. It's very windy. I don't know if you remember this or not from being in Carolina down in the hallways, but by the players' dressing room, it's like a monsoon. Like there's winds coming through. I don't know where they're coming from. It's crazy. It's uncomfortable there.
It's the Hurricanes.
Yeah, it's hurricane season. Yeah, exactly. But it is weird. But they found a way to weather that storm and get right back into it. I think poise is the word for me, because they didn't look rattled at any point. And then certainly once they took over and got the lead, even when they gave up the lead at 4-4, you're like, okay, this is going to overtime. Well, not really. They just stuck with their game plan. So that speaks to a lot of experience of these guys not getting rattled and not changing their game to adjust that particular night.
Sort of felt like we know these are tenacious teams. They're physical. They work their tails off, but it was the feeling out game in a way. Not that it lacked intensity, but it's like, okay, we've seen the tape. What's it like out there? What are we miscalculating? Is it the speed of Carolina? Is it the ability to Vegas shut down the middle? Like, I'm kind of with you. I think both teams will be better game 2. And again, like, how do we feel about Carolina after game 1 last round? Oh, they haven't won in the third round. Oh, they lost the season series to Montreal. Oh, Freddie Anderson's broken now. And they just reeled off 4 wins after that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rhett.
Can I jump in, because it's kind of building off of what Pinder said there? But that Montreal game, they didn't have to adjust anything. Rod didn't have to go in. He just said go. He had to say go play. Are there adjustments now? I mean, we haven't seen Rod have to make an adjustment.
Yeah, there has to be adjustments, because if you look at it, the first couple goals and even some chances, Carolina found something on the stretch play, right? Getting behind Vegas's defenders, especially the weak side. So you stretch it out the far side. That's how Ehlers gets in. There was another breakaway. I think it was Stankoven that got behind. I think it was Stankoven. Yeah. But you look at it, those are going to have to be adjustments by Vegas going, okay, we expect Carolina, maybe they can get to 2. It's a race to 2 or 3 for Carolina. They showed that they can score and they can break up plays and go the other way. To me, I think Vegas had to adjust to what Carolina was trying to do and vice versa. We saw Carolina give up 9 scoring chances a night, maybe, against Montreal. And it was 9 shots, and it was 12 shots, and it was 13 shots, where Vegas is going to wear you down. That's the one thing that I've noticed, that Carolina is elite at checking. They check through the hands. They're physical. They win those loose puck battles. Well, guess what Vegas does? They check the same way, and they're heavy, and they lean on you. So now it's not a foregone conclusion, where I felt like against Carolina, if a Hurricane went into the corner, he's getting that puck against the Montreal Canadiens. Just the way that they check and maybe how heavy they play. Mm-hmm. Now that's a coin flip, because Vegas checks and they're heavy too. So there does have to be some adjustments on both sides, Rhett. But not only just the way that they play, but systematically. You're going to see, I think Carolina's going to try and shrink the neutral zone like they want to do, but Vegas is going to have the counter to that. And they might want to stretch or skate through it with their speed, or it might be just, hey, we're going to ice it and win a foot race. I saw that twice where they tried to cross corner dump, and unfortunately Stone was one of them, and he wasn't going to win that race. But there's a few things where they're going to try some stuff. And Pinder's right. Maybe yesterday was still feeling each other out, but we're going to see another level of physicality here too, because both teams like to hit and try and push the team out.
Both teams are healthy too. I mean, if there's one advantage of what was a lackluster third round, like Vegas for the first time since opening night had everyone available to them, with the return of, I want to say, Jeremy Lauzon. Yeah, Lauzon. Normally, like I think of the 04 Rhett group we talk about all the time. Like, God, you could have filled a bus with injured guys or guys playing through injuries. Yeah,
Brendan Evans played 7 minutes against Detroit, I think, wasn't it? I think it was. He was like the 10th defenseman that the group had used. You're right. Health is a big thing. I look at the way that they play. One thing that stands out for me, and I think Kelly McCrimmon deserves a lot of credit, is, you look at Theodore into Anderson into Hanifin. Those are 3 damn good defenders that – that skate, that move the puck, that, can play with a little bite or can be physical if they want to be, into McNabb. I guess McNabb would be their 4.
But he's playing with Theodore. It's because you got the relationship with Hanifin and Anderson. They played a bunch together. Yeah.
But I'm just looking at it. I think Carolina, I like their D, but they don't have those 3. Slavin's a different, like if we do that whiteboard draft I always talk about, and who would you take in the first 5 picks if you had a choice between Carolina and Vegas? Probably the first 3 go to Vegas if it's Marner, Eichel, Theodore. But then is Slavin there? Does Slavin? It depends on who you value as a defender. If it's Theodore that could skate, move the puck, or if it's Slavin who can skate, move the puck, but really defend. He's more like the Robin Regeer from the red line back. Right. So that's the difference. Like I look at it, the way that their teams are constructed, it's a little bit different. But, apart from the separating skill up top with the Marners and the Eichels, potential superstars, I think that might be a separator as well, that defensive core for Vegas that might have a little bit more higher end talent, if you ask me.
Dino had talked about the top line struggles in Carolina. Like when you start talking about that whiteboard draft, you need Aho, you need Svechnikov, you need Jarvis to get going.
Yeah, Jarvis, you could tell he's got three goals, and he looks to me like he's frustrated. He had one good look, and Hart made the good glove save on him, and he looked to the sky and swore. That's a guy that you're hoping, if you stick with it, that he breaks through. If you're Carolina, I get more worried when guys aren't getting looks. Like if you didn't notice that person or they didn't say your name. A lot of times, I'll be halfway through a broadcast sometimes, and I'll go on the talk back to my producer and get, have you heard me say this guy's name once tonight? Jarvis, you've at least heard. Aho, I think a little bit like Svechnikov is kind of in the middle of everything, or at least tries to be. But that's the biggest thing. Top players, at some point, we always say they cancel each other. At some point, they need a night too. And Carolina's top guys need a night if they're going to, push back into this series here tomorrow night.
Watching Jack Eichel, we kind of talk about it here. This guy probably deserves a little bit more credit on the defensive side for what he does. You look at points. Okay, well, he gets some points, and I think he's the fastest American to hit 50 assists in the postseason or whatever it is. But there were a number of times, because he was a -2 in the first. He made the one play where he turned it over to Chatfield and he hit Ehlers, I think, for that second goal. Yeah. But then in the second period, he just turned it up. And watching him going into the corner and somebody loading up to really kind of body him off the puck, and he's just riding guys out with one arm. He's making plays. Can you be one of the best at your position in the league and still be underrated? Because I feel like we don't spend enough time talking about this guy.
I think you're right. I think we talk about the Barkovs, we talk about Matthews, we talk about McDavid, all of these guys that maybe have more flash and dash in certain situations. But how many years did we just talk about Barkov just being an amazing player at everything? And I think that's kind of what you're talking about. I remember, and this is going back to World Juniors, I remember going down to where's the place where they won the 1980
Lake Placid.
Lake Placid. I watched the U.S. team play there. Because Mika Kiprasov was the goalie coach for the Finnish team, so he's like, "Come down to Lake Placid." So I went down there, and Eichel was playing. And I remember the first time laying eyes on him live, and he's got a very upright skating style. Like he's sitting in a chair, and he surveys the situation. Guys sometimes are head down, arms chugging. Yeah. He kind of makes everything look effortless. And I think sometimes we forget, just because a guy can make it look effortless, it doesn't mean you're not trying really hard or putting yourself in great situations. And I had to get that out of my head when I watched Eichel early in his career, because I was like, bit of a dog, not sure. Obviously, it starts in Buffalo and things don't go that well there. But if you look at how complete of a player he is, you just talked about it, Boomer, like how strong he is. Mm-hmm. He's really strong. And he puts himself in situations. And keep in mind, you look around that lineup, I guarantee you he learns little things from Mark Stone, who's got a great stick and great positioning. Like the details of his game are so good, you forget. Like he's not on the wrong side of the puck. He's not making poor decisions. Yeah, he had a bad first period. So what? We all had, I had too many of them. But I think the bigger thing is it's just more about how complete of a player he is, and Tortorella can trust him in any situation.
Is Vegas anywhere as good as they are right now without Eichel? Because we forget, it was Eichel, McDavid. Sorry, we got a truck going by. But if they don't trade for Eichel, I don't think they're in this. It's a different world for Vegas.
Might not have a cup
team and organization, right? We talked about it here in Calgary. Oh, should they go after? There's a lot of teams that should have went after Eichel in a bigger way.
100%. But again, keep in mind, it wasn't a perfect science. They traded for him, and he was out for a year. Was it
neck
not?
injury.
Yeah, you were giving up a year, but it was about science, and the science in the medical world said what he wanted to do is better than what the hacks in Buffalo wanted to do to him.
I get it, but again, I don't have. I've got a GED back here that I could proudly show from Paul Kane High School, but I don't have a medical degree. It's sitting in that GM box, sitting in the GM chair, going, "I'm going to trade for this guy. He's not going to play for me immediately, but he can be. We think he can be an elite cornerstone player to help deliver us, potentially many Stanley Cups." That's a big gamble.
Yeah.
That it's a massive gamble, because what if the surgery doesn't work? Or what if he just doesn't get to the level that you think he can get to? Then that's organization changing on a negative standpoint for Vegas. So I come back to credit to Kelly McCrimmon on a lot of things, not just, one or two. And I know I say this, he makes no apologies for it. Carter Hart, 7 games, 7 wins in a row in the playoffs, there weren't a lot of teams that were going to sign him just because of what had gone on off the ice. But Vegas is like, we see something there. He's been cleared. Let's move on with life. Like Kelly McCrimmon is just matter of fact. How are you going to help me today? Mm-hmm. So I look at it. Some of the moves, like he hasn't had too many misses. He's had misses, but he gets out of them pretty quick. And away you go. And I move on from you.
The Stone one is theft, because you think about Eichel was like the last piece they needed, the elite number one centerman, and they win the cup when they get him. But Stone is like Eric Brandstrom in a second. Like everyone knew how good this guy was in Ottawa. Like you've covered that market a while. Like nobody was under this sort of like misguided, oh, he's not that. Everyone knew this guy was a stud winger that could get you 30 and defend like crazy. And somehow he doesn't give up anything that matters to get him. Like years later, what's left of that? Brandstrom is not playing in North America. And the second is what?
I don't know. Hockey News can't find Eric Brandstrom right now.
What a steal.
I get it. It's just, again, Mark Stone's been injured. Like this guy, he LTIR, hey, where you go? It was a couple years ago. This guy was out and then all of a sudden showed up for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Like it hasn't been. Like if you look at the regular season for sometimes in Vegas, it hasn't been perfect, and they just find a way. It's like, okay, Stone, you can go over here. Oh, we're gonna get Hurdle. Okay, Stone, you go here because Hurdle's gonna come here. Like they swing big. Dadonov, they traded for Dadonov. The deal ended up being nullified, I think, because Ottawa got dinged. Right? Wasn't that a bad deal?
No trade list. Yeah,
no trade list. There's just so many things that go on here that as a manager, and I give credit to Kelly McCrimmon because they swing big. And I give credit to Eric Tulsky too in Carolina. They went and got Rantanen and then realized that Rantanen wasn't going to sign, flipped him right into Stankoven. Like they've swung big. They haven't been conservative and said, we believe, we're going to inch away. It's like, we believe we got a good team. We're going to try and make it better at all costs. And I credit that. And if it's a lesson for everybody else, the other 30 managers that are watching, it's maybe don't sit on your hands. If you're thinking about making a big splash, go make one.
Would you?
Yeah, go ahead.
So with that said, what would be your message to Craig Conroy, knowing that he's got a ton of picks? Different. Obviously, Vegas came in, they were successful right away and wanted to continue to try and build upon that to get back to cup finals and that. But as a team that has a ton of firsts and many top end picks here over the next 3 years, what's to be learned there for him?
I think, I don't know. I'm certainly not going to tell Connie how to do his job because I haven't sat in that chair, but I would say one thing. You can be aggressive. Maybe there's an offer sheet to be had because you have the picks. Maybe there is a trade that doesn't look, again, like I come back to McCrimmon. Why would you trade for Eichel? The guy might not play again. Stone, he's potentially a diminishing asset if he's not healthy. Like these are things you've got to see something and go for it. So, my message to Craig is, if you believe that you're still in the retool, the rebuild, and you've got nothing but young players and picks and prospects and all of that, continue to build like you're doing. Have another real strong draft. But can you be aggressive? Can you add in places that is there a number one centerman to be had at this draft for the right price, or maybe a number two that could be a number one, somebody that needs a chance? To me, I say to every manager, if you believe that you've got the currency to do it and you've got the ownership's okay to be proactive, to spend money or to sign and trade, go do it, because the parity in the league is so close now. If you sit on your hands on a trade, a team that is equal with you might get ahead because they might get the player that you wanted and they're that much better.
Is it still tougher for Craig and the Flames to do it than Vegas? Because all those names you named, absolutely right. There's some history there. You're like injuries, but it's Vegas. Stone was right. A lot of those guys that are there, they veered the bus. It wasn't send me where you please. It was like, I'm gonna Hannafin. Well, Tampa Bay is nice, but
somewhere I'll go to Vegas then. If you're gonna send me, if I have to go. Love it here in Calgary, but
That was the Mark Stone thing. I mean, it's still a tremendous trade, but Mark Stone played for Kelly and Brandon. He was his captain, went to a Memorial, that whole thing. He was going to Vegas that summer as a UFA. So teams like, well, what are we going to pay if we know this guy isn't staying with us?
Keep in mind, that's one thing that, Vegas does have the luxury. Florida has that now too. You build a program, people will put their hands up and go, yeah, I want a piece of that. And I think what you can do, and I do give Calgary credit, they're building a culture there that I say this all the time. You'd be lucky to not be on no trade lists. Because I do believe there's probably a time that Calgary, Winnipeg, Edmonton came off when they got McDavid. But the minute McDavid leaves, they'll be back on the no trade list. I grew up there. I understand. Ottawa's, might have come off some no trade lists because of the success of the team recently. But you look at it, that's where if you build a program, doesn't matter the weather, the tax situation, whatever, those are factors that can be a sweetener. But if people want a piece of a program that has a chance to win, and that's what Vegas has built, people put their hands up. Oh, it just happens to be Sin City, just happens to be a good tax situation and a place to live. Apparently in Henderson, outside and all that, cost of living's cheap. Guys love it there. Families love it there. So that's just an added bonus to a winning program and people wanting a piece of it.
It was Anderson too, fellas. Like they were well down the road with Boston on a deal with Rasmus Anderson. And at the final moment, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to make an extension. So then Connie has to say, okay, this deal with Boston was contingent on an extension. I'll pivot to Vegas. Look, we're confident you'll get him signed. You're confident you got to sign. Juice this up and the deal's done. And there's another guy going to Vegas.
Well, and we all kind of, would you be shocked if Rasmus Anderson all of a sudden signed an extension?
Nope.
Where? No.
I'm more surprised it hasn't been announced or it hasn't happened.
I mean, I think they're methodically not trying to, draw any more attention than they have.
There's a tolling issue with Petrangelo's dead money too. You can't be 10% over the cap in the offseason. So that's $9 million that creates a bit of a bottleneck with Dorofeyev and him.
So at the end of the day, they probably have a magic date that was circled and said, we're going to announce the deal that we've already verbally, agreed to. In that situation, it's, again, that's just doing business. And I come back to managers having to be cutthroat, have to have their business hat on instead of their emotional hat. And Kelly McCrimmon, he was on our show the other day and saying, like, we think we treat everybody very well. And I don't disagree with him. I wasn't actually challenging saying they treat people awful. What I was giving him flowers, saying, man, like, you make hard decisions and you stick to them and you've had success on it. And hard decisions are tough to do. We talk about them all the time. You see managers fall in love with players and extend them instead of maybe moving on from them in their best years, when their best years are behind them. Kelly McCrimmon doesn't have that. They've got a pulse of where they want their team.
I think two of the biggest mistakes made in the last 20 years in Calgary was too much loyalty to players. They got nothing from Mark Giordano, knowing they'd lose him for free in the expansion draft. Oh, he's our captain. We don't want to. We couldn't do. We ruffled the feather. And Jerome McGinley, he had a 40-goal season. He was at his peak. It was clear the team wasn't good enough to do anything with him at that point. You had to move him. You didn't. And then you got to a spot where you didn't have the leverage and you got a meager return because, whatever it was, whether there's a relationship with an owner or a GM saying we can't do that, or he's too embedded in our business, the community, our marketing. The cutthroat decision Kelly McCrimmon would have made was Jerome just scored 40. We're selling high.
Yeah. And he would go to Jerome's camp and say, we're moving you. Let's work together in a partnership. Where would you like to go? Give me 4 teams. Don't give me one. Give me 4 teams so that I can work with, and I don't get the, hey, he wants to go there, so give us your best offer type of thing. And you're right. I mean, it's, in hindsight, we can look back at it, but I think that's where, again, if we're learning, the 2 general managers we're talking about right now in the final, both have taken big swings. And you could argue have hit home runs. I mean, Stankoven's been a great player, and I think Dallas would be happy with Rantanen. Sometimes it's a win-win, but it's just a pivot on the fly going, a lot of times I would think your ego would be like, we just traded for this guy. We're going to try and win him over. And if he walks, he walks. They realize this guy's not staying. It's like, we just traded for you. You got to go because it's not going to work here, or you're not going to make it work here. I think that takes incredible confidence as a manager, because I guarantee you, we all talked about it going, man, why did they even trade for him? They had to turn him. But at the end of the day, they turned him into a really good player, a good young player that's going to be a cornerstone for the organization.
They don't get Condor Miller without those picks from Dallas as well. Everyone forgets that. Like they get 2 firsts and Stankoven. It's not, oh, here's a young guy that might be a center or might not. It was, we'll take the really good young prospect that we like who's already in the league and firsts, and immediately they turn that into a top 4D.
Exactly. Like it's tidy business that they've done, and they've done it in different ways. McCrimmon's an old, gritty, old Western League GM that's an owner, and obviously we love Beast, his brother, and they're a hockey family. Been a hockey family where Tulski's. I'm reading an article on the New York Times about him yesterday, where he's a physicist, and he's a brilliant. He's actually a genius, which is impressive. But this guy could have worked for Tesla. He could have worked for
GED. Genius, same thing.
Yeah, well, exactly. You know what? This is
What high school?
Yeah, let's see it. Let's.
How many people can?
I do want proof because I don't believe your bullshit.
General high school diploma. Not many people can do that.
Jamie Todd.
Jamie McLennan.
Yeah, Jamie McLennan.
Catch grade 12.
High school. I fulfilled everything that I needed to fulfill. Keep in mind, folks, I finished high school in 2 years, so did correspondence in the summers.
So did Rhett. He just didn't go the last year.
2 years, yeah.
There's a difference between finishing in your mind and finishing in their mind.
He was finished with high school. Yeah, he was finished with it. It's sad. We got to get you out today. Jamie's got a heart out today. We got to respect the heart out.
A lot of moving parts today. That's what it is. So
we appreciate you, pal.
Okay.
Have a great rest of your week. When we talk in a week from now, what's this series look like? What's your feel after game 1?
Yeah, I mean, next Wednesday would we be 5 games in?
We'd be 4 in. They have an extra day off between 3 and 4.
Or I guess, what's your confidence in Vegas or concern in Carolina, or is it unchanged? It was just a good game 1.
I still think this is going 6 or 7. I've leaned Vegas, but as I have to be consistent, I've been wrong on everything. So I'm leaning Vegas. That means Carolina's going to storm back and be up 3-1. But I felt that Vegas has got something there, and I maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is going the distance. So when I talk to you next, I think we're looking at a tie series if it's after 4.
Amazing.
2-2. Yeah.
We'll take it.
Okay.
Beautiful. Appreciate you, pal. There he goes. Jamie McLennan on the Insider Hotline, the guest hotline, presentation of Crystal Waters. Plumbing and heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. Make sure that the air in your home. Do you look around now? You're opening the windows a little bit. Let the sunshine in. So, there's a lot of dust over on that cabinet. A lot of dust over here on the TV. Oh man, what's the deal? That's dust and allergens, and you're breathing that
pollen.
Hey, you want to be breathing that? Indoor air quality systems. You've maybe never even thought about it. Could be life-changing. CrystalClearCalgary.com, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. Number to call, 587-317-1551. Ask about their spring promotions, or you can go online, and they've got them all there as well. You can fill out a form. They'll get back to you. Tell them that, heard about this on Barn Burner. Might be worth your while. You know what I'm saying? That's how that goes.
Got one of those water softeners put in. Awesome. Boys are great. You put it in, and everyone's feeling better in the house.
Because your hair reacts to the atmosphere.
Now that we've got the
barometric pressures
softener in.
It looks so good.
The electricity. He's like,
I'm a new man.
Careful. Lightning storm will get you.
I'll just put the hat back on now if that's
well, you don't have to. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do. I
won't scare anyone.
That's good. It's good. You want to do this message, Jack?
I think it's time.
All right. Time for a message from Airbnb. Well, it's getting closer. FIFA World Cup 2026. Everybody getting together. You can feel the energy. People are pumped up. The bars, everybody is going to be jacked, and it's coming to Canada.
I'm excited to see footy fans take over Vancouver and Toronto, and I'm super pumped to see Canadians embrace our team at FIFA World Cup 2026. I know I'll be one of those people crowded around the screens at restaurants and bars cheering on the matches this summer.
I love that vibe. You'll when the windows are open and you're cheering and you can hear your neighbors cheering and everybody's kind of rooting for the same team, that same cause. It's hard to beat.
I can remember watching Portugal and Italy play on College Street in Toronto. Incredible. Fans, delis, cafes, jerseys. France ends up winning the tournament. They're celebrating, pouring out of a French restaurant. Cars are honking, flags are waving. Nothing beats the fandom.
I know a lot of people are going to the games. Airbnb, no better way to do it. You get everybody together. You get a nice spot. Everybody comes together to watch the games when it's game time. Food going in the kitchen. Kids are running around, cheering, running out into the streets. It's getting closer. I'm pumped for it.
I totally agree. Certainly, really exciting months coming this summer. I can't wait. Airbnb, the world is meant to meet.
Let's go. Here you go, boy.
What's
There's a
happening?
dog there?
I hear him. I don't see him.
I thought I saw him at the end of Noodles when we said goodbye. He's just loitering in the background.
What a guy.
What a guy. I mean, do you think
Here you go.
like he just leaves?
Yeah.
Just leaves. It's got more important shit today.
Apparently.
Always. Coming up this weekend, Capital Chev. It is the Corvette Show and Shine.
Oh, baby.
Nice that the weather's finally coming around. Gives me some hope. Gives me some feel that we're going to have a very good day on Saturday from over at, you know where it is, Capital Chev, 13103 Lake Fraser Drive. It is the annual Corvette, the Corvette Unlimited Club Show and Shine. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Gates open at 8. It's $10 for registration. That's your charitable donation to the Kids Cancer Care Foundation. They got the barbecue going, a little lunch for you, taking donations there as well. You can find out more about the Corvette Club, the Corvette Unlimited Club at corvettesunlimited.ca and, of course, capitalchev.ca. Prizes and trophies, best of each generation. They may have up to 100 vets sitting around on Saturday.
It's a lot of vets, Dean.
It's a lot of vets. It's a lot of Corvettes. A true North American. I mean, you're talking about power, class, muscle cars. Old dudes with the top down, our gray hair blowing in the breeze. It's good times. It's good times. Join us, won't you? This Saturday, 10 till 2. Gates open at 8 if you want to get in there and get a prime spot for your vet. 13103 Lake Fraser Drive in the southeast. My buddy Claire will be there. Keep him away from the grill, though. He'll just be firing. One dog for you, one dog for me. One dog for you, one dog for me. Speaking of dogs.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Hey!
There he is. There's Chunk.
What a guy.
Useless. Get out of here. Just useless.
He's a good boy.
Sorry, I got distracted by the dog.
That's all right. It's all right.
It's a good dog.
Is he calming down a little bit? Is he?
He's pretty calm. He's good. He's very excited out here in a new place, though.
Oh, I
I was gonna say, new territory to sniff around and figure out.
sniffing.
Yeah, he's got to put the vibe out.
Yeah.
That's right. Marcus territory a bit.
Yeah. Put the vibe out. All right. Torts was asked last night about, what we're seeing. I don't know if it would be the same way, but since he's been fined $100,000, he's not very confrontational. The Torts that we've come to know and love over the years has kind of seemingly gone away. It's a lot of credit to the opposition, a lot of credit to the other team, a lot of not taking a lot of credit himself, but he was asked about the ability to come back. And I think whatever that stat was of the 20 wins that they've had with him behind the bench, 12 have been in come from behind fashion. Last night, being down 2-0, Vegas became the first road team to overcome a multiple goal deficit to win game 1 of a cup final. Teams were 0-55 on the road when down by 2 or more in a game one. Anyway, what?
55.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez,
Oh, like on the nose.
Fair enough. Here was Torts talk, and you talk about the value of experience, Rhett. This is maybe Torts echoing that.
I've told you guys since I've been with this team, it's a good team. We're a really good team. And I think we have a really good locker room. I think they understand these type of situations because they've lived through them. And they've won, a lot of these guys. So that's what you rest on. It. For me as a coach, I have all the confidence in the world. No matter where the flows go, we're not going to get into a panic mode by any means. We may not come back. We may lose a game. I don't know. But we're going to do it with not losing ourselves completely, because you can get really sloppy when you start panicking. I don't think there's going to be any panic in the team, no matter what happens in this series.
So and it's not as though Carolina doesn't have playoff experience. They've played a lot of playoff hockey, but this is another. Did you? I mean, it happened for you so young. Like some of your first playoff experience included a Stanley Cup final, but for some of these guys, and it's game one, and I get that, but certainly Vegas didn't seem overwhelmed. They were able to come back and then take leads and lose it and take another one and lose it. They were just fine.
I don't think either team is rattled by the moment, if you want my honest opinion. Winning's different than losing. Sure, there's a lot of guys get a lot of credit for winning and being winners that didn't contribute at all, right? So you could loop a lot of things into, oh, I won. Well, great. Did you? Anyway, I'm just trying to say that the fact that Carolina hasn't won, I don't think it makes a lick of difference. They've been there. They're been in the semifinals tons. They're good. Rod has them playing. That being said, I think that some of the savvy of the Vegas is from their experience. They're not overcome by a moment being down 2-0. A young team, a Montreal, a Buffalo, Anaheim. Although Anaheim looked pretty calm. I think some of it has to do with your coach too, and that's what I'm trying to spin it back to. Was the savvy is great, but when your coach can calm you as well and kind of reinforce, guys, this is not new, this is not different, it's the same damn thing. You're just playing hockey, go play. I think it makes a big difference. I think the Torts back there, obviously they like him better than they love that old Cassidy guy, but I think they responded pretty well to this guy. I mean, I think they like him, and I think they're going to play hard for him, and I think he's doing a hell of a job by doing little things.
Yeah.
Time out, chill out. I don't think he's changing the forecheck and the power play. I think he's an emotional leader.
And I think you could say all the same things about Rod, right? Like the difference, obviously, that he came in with 8 games left or whatever if you're Torts, but like, you know, they had to get over that hump in the semifinals. They did. Both these teams really, like, it's 2 damn good coaches. Like these are probably 2 Hall of Fame coaches when we look back at this one, right?
For sure they are.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going back and looking at Vegas through January and February. Obviously, you had that February break, which kind of
did a lot of
changes
Olympians,
things, but
a ton.
I mean, losing 5-0 to Pittsburgh, losing 3-2. I mean, lost to Minnesota, then they lost to Edmonton. It just makes you wonder. It's kind of twofold. Our teams, how many other teams are watching this and thinking, okay, well, if a good coach is out there, we're not going to hesitate. We're going to be aggressive and go get them. But also on the flip side, if I know damn well that my team is done with this coach, magically it's just going to turn around, because I don't think anybody would say that Vegas would be here if they stuck with Cassidy. I just can't imagine that's the case. And
honestly, like, we saw 2 teams do it. The Islanders did it as well. And it's nice to get your business done and not have to compete for a coach if you think you're going to be in the market for a coach in the summer. But the other thing, like, this is a feel thing. Like, will this group respond to this coach anymore or not is all about Kelly McCrimmon's entire existence in the hockey world. Like, that's a feel. That is not science. You don't throw the coach fireometer into the room and see where it's needle. Like, no, that is all feel. And Kelly clearly got the pulse in the room. the Oilers were close. They kicked tires around that Olympic break. You heard the
Yeah.
comments from Leon after the loss in Calgary before they all went to the Olympics, their last game before the break. They come back with a Paul Coffey on the staff that maybe that's middle ground. But like, if you give them the truth serum, I bet you they wish they made a change at that point. They could have had Torts or DeBoer, and now they're looking for a coach, and neither of those guys are available.
I think this is the most difficult job a GM has. It's
Yeah.
one thing to go evaluate talent. You've got scouts and this and that and all of it. To know your makeup of the group you have as far as personalities, and it gets muddy. Edmonton is a great example. Oh, we're going to bring in Connor's junior coach. This guy's name was not on many people's lists, right?
Mhm.
Of the up and comer to make the NHL. And I'm not begrudging his coaching ability. I'm just saying this guy wasn't he's not Carl out of University of Denver. He just kind of showed up, but he kind of showed up because we thought we were going to appease Connor. So there's so many layers of things that come into it. Well, can he work with the top guys? Does he work with the bottom guys? Does he treat everyone? Do we need a hard ass? Do we need a soft touch? And there, like you said, there's no advanced stats
Mm-hmm.
that are going to back up your personal opinion. Even it's
Right.
just a gut feel. That is
Yeah.
the hardest job.
And
And there
you
might be guys out there. Marty St. Louis.
Coaching 13-year-olds.
Hey, come on over. Everyone's like, wow, God love you, Marty. And eventually, but you've got doing a hell of a job.
Yeah.
This is
And-
all right.
and to that-
and sorry, last point. And your freaking owner has to agree with everything you're doing.
100% that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
Edmonton might have wanted to make the change, and Cates is like, no, you just take this guy to an extension. I'm out 7 to 10 million. No.
Yeah, it's hard to
If
know.
you go to Bill Foley, he's saying yes.
He did this.
That's right. Is that what he did? I didn't realize that. Yeah, which is weird for a billionaire to do. Have that kind of a. You talked about it. It's obviously it's a little bit different, but part of that being a GM is you're not in the room. Remember, I remember it because you talked about it when Daryl was the coach back when you were playing, and then leaves to go upstairs. The one thing is Daryl could really feel the room. When you're a GM, maybe you're on the flights and you're going on road trips or whatever, but you're not with the team like you are when you're a coach. So how close is Kelly to that room? How much does he trust his guys in that room to have that feel is also tough when you're not there day to day, perhaps.
And most GMs get a different vibe because when the GM walks through the dressing room,
Yeah.
hope he's not coming for me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You give Vegas credit so many ways. Carolina's doing a good job. Everyone will try to copycat it because that's the copycat league.
Yeah.
If one team wins, we'll all be frustrated. Decades and decades go by for other teams not winning. In all of sports, it happens. Is what it is. But I do think that's the. And if you've got a good coach, you better grab him. Quenneville going to Anaheim.
Genius.
Verbeek he's like, yes, damn right. And and it's proving that the guys that know how to do it are usually pretty good at it. Torts coming in, Quenneville coming back. But then you've got Marty. So that's what I mean. It's so hard. Like Jay McKee goes to Hamilton. Well, is Jay McKee not capable of an NHL job? I don't know.
It's not taking Pete DeBoer's job in a while. He got a big fat contract above him in the org, right?
Right? Like, is Pete DeBoer 10 times better than Jay McKee, or just does he have more games?
It's just the resume, right?
Right?
Yeah.
He's got a resume. So sometimes you get frustrated that they recycle coaches, but then you're like, Jesus, he does a good job. Quenneville's my best example of that, I think.
Even someone like Talkett.
Then they bring in a Gulletson, and you're like, well, he's a young kid. He doesn't know what to get out. This is stupid.
Torts was asked about Hurdle again last night. It's some of those things Torts has said. I just come in and I just kind of observe and whatever. Hurdle was ice cold through a good chunk of this playoff. I was frustrated, and I think the story came out. He had a big long talk with his former teammate there in San Jose. Anyway, was trying to get through this. Pavelski was like, here's try this, maybe think about this. And Torts admitted it last night. This is now, I think Hurdle, did he have an overtime winner in the last.
Yeah, the big goal against Colorado, that I think tied it up. He cuts the middle, goes to the backhand. It was either the go-ahead goal or the game-tying goal against Colorado, where they just buried Colorado. That was it. The series felt over.
Yeah, and he was asked last night, like, what do you do with this guy when he's struggling? Are you on him? Do you just let him go? He's like, no, he was working. We could see that he was working, but it was close. It was getting to the point where we're going to need something out of you, or we're going to have to make a change. And that's part of being, I think that's, like you say, part of being a good GM. That's part of being a good coach too, is kind of having that. Are you getting chances? Are you around it? Are you working for what you're getting? Or do we need to step in here? And that was another great stroke from McCrimmon, was getting this guy who had played center, and they have such wealth at center. He's now playing the wing. It's not a bad problem to have, I suppose. Apparently those have that. Some teams do have that issue. We just have too many centers.
That was centers? That was hours, like minutes before the trade deadline. That same winter, they picked up Hannafin.
Yeah, no one saw it coming.
And the Flames are like, okay, we got a first and 27 from the Vegas Golden Knights, or in 26, excuse me. But if we choose to trade that pick, then you'll get an unprotected one in 26 or whatever. It was, and we're like, why? That's such a weird condition. Why did you just get the pick? Like, oh, and then that's why, because they were going to use that pick on Hurdle.
Yeah, 2/3 and Hurdle for David Edstrom and a first in 2025.
And Edstrom was like a top 10 prospect in Vegas, but has been inconsequential in the league. And the first is the first.
And part of that, which was why you wanted Hurdle, 6.75 is his cap hit for the next 4 seasons.
For a theoretical number 2 center. Yeah.
Yeah. Good and he's stuff. 32, but for right now, and they're in win now, it was a hell of a deal.
They'll be old at some point, but they're still in that window. Clearly, they're up 1-0 in the Stanley Cup final. It's not yet. And interestingly, like if they win this thing, the Flames have their next 3 firsts. Like,
that's true.
It'd be nice if they got Florida, where they've played too much hockey, or they get tired, or they just get old at some point, because you can't do this forever. But there has not been 9 years from an expansion team that in any sport that's looked as good as this. It's their 3rd trip to the final. They may get 2 rings. They've completely broken the mold on what an expansion team should be.
Were we sleeping on them? Because we were.
Oh, they looked like shit all year. I mean, it was them and Edmonton. You're like, why are both these teams sleepwalking? Like, what's going on in these 2 teams?
It wasn't us. We weren't some outlier.
They just look good.
Like, oh, hey, Vegas doesn't look good. The whole league was like, what the hell's wrong with Vegas?
They missed the playoffs in any other division.
I was just saying, are they getting old and is it over? It was like, oh.
Yeah. Because you watch them and you're like, they're missing the one thing that was their calling card, which is that tenacity and physicality, and they dictate the terms of play. Kelly knew why. He said the coaches lost him. And wow, 7 games, 8 left. They're doing that. Well, turns out he was right.
Good job.
You should have sucked up to McCrimmon more.
Seriously, Dino.
For what?
So you could be Gary Lawless there. You could be the Vegas insider. Instead, you're stuck with
love
losers
Vegas.
Like
you love Vegas.
I do love Vegas. And he's
Brandon.
hired a bunch of Darren Millard, he's down there. He's from Brandon. He's got Gary Lawless came in from Winnipeg. He's brought down Manitoba guys.
What did you do to piss off McCrimmon?
Seriously.
I didn't do anything to piss off McCrimmon.
I don't think he likes you.
Do you ask one of those Drugger questions at the press conference? Told that story last week.
Trying to think. There was both sides with Kelly. Kelly was that's the thing. If he didn't like your tone, he'd kind of let you know. He's like, that's kind of a shit question. I mean, you're better than that. But then on the other side, because I remember it, we used to at the Keystone Center, the Keystone Center.
Keystone.
We would do our this is for the 6 o'clock news, for the Pulse Sports segment before a Wheat King game. We would interview the opposition coach in the second part. So during warm up, we'd have 2 segments, and in the first block it would be a Wheat King guest. In the second block it'd be a guest from the other team. And in the first, I was going to have Kelly McCrimmon. He was going to come down, and we're getting to it. It's coming up. No Kelly here. Okay, we'll just wing it, and we'll kind of do the segment without him. He came down afterwards, and he was like, I totally fucking forgot. I was on the phone with another GM. We were talking. I totally forgot about it. I'm like, oh, that's okay. He's like, no, it's not okay. That's bullshit. I apologize. So it was, you get to as you might expect. If a guy is going to be fully honest in one way, it's nice when they can be honest the other way. I'm just watching, and he is unchanged. It's kind of funny to watch the press conferences and stuff where he's talking. He's unfiltered, and how don't you appreciate that? And if you don't, I always kind of thought that way too. There was a lot of times if I worked for somebody, my short-term boss in Edmonton, I wouldn't necessarily like everything I heard from him, but I respect him. It's like, well, he's probably right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like, that's hard to hear, but okay, well, we'll do it this way, or we'll change something. And then you look back, it's like, yeah, guy knew what he was talking about. He's been doing it a long time.
Just like the Rocket.
Yeah, just like the Rocket.
Just like Jack, our boss here.
Boy, Jack.
Straight shooter.
Yeah. Just like
When Jack's GM of a NHL franchise, I'm sure he'll bring you around, Dean.
Yeah. Well, it's like you hitched your wagon to a rocket ship. Look at us now. Look at us now. Do you haul a deep freeze out there for your Bonton stuff, or how does that work?
Ooh, good question.
It's got to go in the cooler, but I got the plug-in cooler, so it works.
What, plug-in cooler? That's a thing?
Yeah.
That's risky.
Wow.
That is risky. So what, do you just bring out a few pieces of meat at a time, or?
I'm just getting set up like this. I'm just in the process here.
I feel like this is going to be a whole summer thing, Dino, and this is the Rhett Gets Ready for Summer week.
Is this, so this is for this year only, or is this a multiple year?
It's up to me. I haven't decided if the people treat me right.
What do they need to do to treat you right?
Need some good service at the gas station there?
Yeah. If we're going to get some canoodling.
Yeah, seriously.
Yikes. Well, just be careful with your, because I know how you roll with the beef tenderloins and the rib eyes and all that out there. Just don't be. Yeah, I had 6 rib eyes and some baseball sirloins, and they all went bad because my plug-in cooler didn't work.
Well, the kids leave it open. I'm more concerned. I think I need one of the latch with the lock, because there's a lot of shysters out here.
Yeah,
I know.
Bears and shysters.
Klimke's.
You're in BC. Careful, Rhett.
Boland's, Gardner's, Aaron Kane. They are not afraid to step into your free, and they're cheap pricks. So they go for the good stuff.
Stop. That is rough. Sorry to hear that. So, like, are you close? Is there close to the water? Are you
Water's just right over there. You can't be right on the water. Ryan would know because he's a BC-tonian.
Been there once.
This water goes up like hundreds of feet.
There's a dam at the end of the lake, Dino. So depending when they let the water out or let it build up, it's going up and down like crazy. All the docks can move up and down huge distances.
Yeah, like the dock right now, we went in there, is sitting on the sand.
So it's low.
Well, it hasn't even started.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good for finding your sunglasses.
Oh, there's going to be tons down there.
Yeah.
If you could drain every lake, you'd find a lot of sunglasses.
Cell phones, sunglasses.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Sure.
Yeah, good stuff.
It is the Pinder Report for Village Honda. Ready, set, summer. It is a 72-hour pop-up sale at Village Honda starting tomorrow. So it is Thursday, it is Friday, it is Saturday. We're talking $4,000 you can save on demos, over 80 used vehicles on site, access to more than 600 more in the dealer group, trade-in bonuses, special in-store savings, incentives. Let's go. Get in, get driving. Ready, set, summer. We start with the final last night. It was indeed both teams erasing deficits. Vegas came back from 2-0, and then Carolina came back from 3-2 and 4-3. The fifth goal, the final from Vegas, the decisive one. 9 goals between these two defensive stalwart clubs in game one, and Vegas has stolen home ice just like that. A great game, lots of physicality. And you know what? Mitch Marner has been called a lot of things. Brett said earlier, the guys are called winners because they're on winning teams. He was called a loser because he was on losing teams. That's a winning play. Now, I don't know if he's trying to get out of the way or not.
He is absolutely trying to get out of the way.
But that will go down as a block that was probably not comfortable and may have saved the game as it looked labeled to go low blocker on Carter Hart.
I love all the stuff
credit to
online.
Mitch.
Mitch Marner with a game-saving block. This guy blocking shots. He's
trying to get out of the way.
he's
Hey,
Oh my God. This is going to hit me.
what's your rule, Rhett? Block it or get out of the way?
he blocked it.
He was trying to get out of the way, but he blocked it. Whatever. One or the other. It's
Good
quite
for
something.
him.
It's seriously, that wasn't a lot of those on the highlight reels in Toronto. If you
You
listen
know what?
to
On
Toronto
the
sports talk, you didn't hear
3-2
about those.
goal, that was the more impressive one, is where he kind of pressures Miller off of the face-off, and then Miller goes traipsing behind the net, and then that backhand no-looker to Carlson for the goal in front. That was a hell of a play for Marner. That of all
It's having a hell of a week. Here's a crazy stat. Jordan Stahl set the record for most time between Stanley Cup final goals by a player. 6,202 days. He, of course, was with Jack's Penguins, won a cup there. And the previous record holder, his brother Eric, who went 6198 days. He, I believe, would have had one with Florida a couple years ago. Is that where he played last in the final? Yeah. So the Stalls.
It's a long
Patient.
time.
Longevity, patience. Still can score. I think that's all we got from last night's game, but we have a lot of NHL news to dive into here. It is now official. Chris McFarland got the permission to chat with Nashville and then got the deal that he was not going to
promotion.
Both. He got permission, he got promotion, and he got a serious paycheck added as well. It's rumored to be a 6-year deal, and his salary was thought to be in the lower range of GMs in the NHL. It won't be anymore if you just hired him away and gave him a 6-year deal to Nashville. As for the Avs, Joe Sakic will slide back into that chair for the time being. He, of course, was the GM that moved up to the president's role to promote McFarland just 4 seasons ago. Elliot was noting maybe it is Andrew Cogliano could slide into that role. He's been in their front office. Jared Bednar will return. That was announced as well yesterday. And I guess that, if you know Joe is going to be in the seat, that's his guy he hired. That's his call. We don't know how Chris McFarland felt about that, but Bednar with 1 year left will return. Do we talk extension? Does he go into lame duck year as coach? I know what my preference would be if I was the GM. Think he's a great coach. Definitely don't want to be paying someone for 3 or 4 years if it doesn't work again, like we've seen here with Sutter, Edmonton with Knobloch, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, he'll want the team to do very well. Have another start like last year. Because they were
Don't worry about the start. Get to finish.
That was what I was. Just be healthy in round 3 was probably the top of the wish list. Interesting offseason for the Avs, who did everything except play well in the 3rd round this season.
It might not be interesting at all for the Avs if they're bringing the coach back and the GM's already gone. They'll have a new GM, but it seems to me like
or Joe stays there. Yeah. Like it's going to be rinse repeat. There's not a lot of contracts up, and what are we going to do about that? Like they're kind of set. So we'll see. A full season with all those centermen they've got now after adding Waugh and Kadri at the deadline. Vancouver continues to add to their coaching staff. It's beginning to feel like a reunion on the left coast, friends. You have the Sedin twins up top as co-presidents. You have Manny Malhotra as head coach. You have Ryan Johnson, the GM. And look at this, the pest, the East Coast to AHL to NHL, burr under the saddle. Alec Burrows will be hired as an assistant. If you're going to rebuild an era of guys you liked, it definitely is the early 2010s when they went all the way to that cup final before losing in Game 7 to Boston. Bit of a reunion here, Rhett.
I don't mind it. I'm interested to see Burrows, Malhotra. Burrows was a pain in the ass, but you loved how he played. He's one of those guys you wanted on your team. I'm interested to see if they have more want to win for Vancouver than the team. Does that make sense? Or
I think the team that they're inheriting won't be the team that they win with. There's going to be major surgery here because I think these guys are trying to restore pride to the logo when they were a great team in the jersey. The group they have now looks lost at sea. Like the Elias Pettersson problem, I don't know how you fix it, but the last 2 years have been a disaster.
Yeah, are they
11
going to have?
and he looks disenchanted.
Is it a Marty St. Louis stepping behind the bench and galvanizing things, or is it these guys don't care as much as the coaches do? And I think it might be the latter.
And to be fair, you give Manny a try at it, and it's like maybe we just have to eat some salary take one and move along to the next chapter. Like just flush them. But I don't know that if they're not going to eat money, which was the
What are you
last
talking
front
about?
office,
The
Elias
players?
Pettersson.
Oh,
Because I think that's where it all stems from. If he's your captain and he's your best player and he doesn't set the standard for work ethic and looks like he's not trying and isn't producing, like how can that be your leader? Like that is problem one they have to diagnose. Obviously, Demko's health and some other things, but like the biggest issue in Vancouver is what do you do about Elias?
He's very much in that same category, and we've talked about it forever, like Phil Kessel and obviously a Mitch Marner, a guy who's the highest paid guy, needs to be the leader and the captain, but he's just not. He can be a secondary guy, but
yeah. And
like they didn't put the captaincy on him, did they?
I think he's the captain. Is he not there? Who would be the captain if it's not him?
Because Quinn Hughes got traded. Did they captain any?
No, you're right. They would have stayed with assistants the rest.
Because
they
can't.
He's
get
a leader
him
there.
that.
He's lettered, and he's the elder statesman, and he's the
I
guy
just-
that's got 100 points. Blah blah blah.
you wonder if some guys just have to move.
That's
Like,
100% what I think.
He might absolutely. It might be a situation where teams like screw it, we'll take him, and they might get one hell of a deal, and you might have a Eichel, right?
And
Like,
apparently, the Canes were kicking tires on him.
Yeah.
It was interesting because nobody loves to buy low like the Carolina Hurricanes. They refuse to pay for goalies that have played well. They always buy the dip and have done well doing it. They get Keandre Miller coming off his off year. It's impressive stuff. But yeah, would you be surprised if he looked again like an elite center in this league somewhere else? I wouldn't. I will be surprised if it happens in Vancouver.
Yep.
Yes.
We'll keep moving. More NHL news. Play-by-play man Chris Cuthbert was awarded the Elmer Ferguson Award, which means he's headed to the Hall of Fame. He's the Foster Hewitt Award winner. Off to the Hall. A great play-by-play guy that, of course, has had the big reps on Hockey Night for a long time now.
Great human, great play-by-play guy. That is awesome.
Do you have an anecdote, Dino, or just fan of the work?
I just fan of the work. It always comes back to, because he's one of those guys who doesn't have the big, deep, bassy pipes, right? It's not, but it's what are you doing? Are you keeping me in the flow of the game, and are you making the game more excited, more exciting for me? And because he had the golden goal, like he's had. Did you see that? He's got some things that are his own, but when it's not all about him. It's not about him. It's about the game, and he's just a good guy. Having been around the rink with him for a number of years after games, he was always good to sit around and share stories, and he just is. We've heard his voice forever. Well earned.
We're lucky in Canada. You get a lot of great play-by-play man, Bob Cole to Jim Hewson to Chris Cuthbert. There's some greats that we just get to hear every week on the TV. Pretty lucky. Let us move to another bad goal. Yesterday, we showed you the Ty Conklin behind the net in game one of the Stanley Cup final against the Carolina Hurricanes from 2006. This year, let's go to 1998. Rhett, this is a doozy. Dallas is staving. They're down 3-1 in the series to Detroit. It's in overtime.
Better off giving chase. Sador, the 9-iron shot, couldn't get it out of there. Into Bassett, leaves it in the middle. Angenbrunner.
Chris Osgood, you might want that. Aussie. Like that is from the face-off dot in the neutral zone. That is center ice on Osgood. They would lose the series. The Wings would survive and win the cup, but on this day back in 1998, yikes.
I mean, he's even kind of ready. Like he's in his,
and he's trying to play it, and it looks like it's even going wide, and he deflects it back into his
I'm just going to angle this up into the glass.
Oh,
Clang.
God.
I'll look cool doing it.
That a player nowadays wouldn't even take that shot. They can't take the shot because the sticks work different, like an old slapper from right.
Totally. Oh dear. In Dallas. Not dead yet, boys. This question popped up on Flames Nation today, and it's a good one. If you had the option, fellas, I want you to pick one of these two D-men. Carson Karls and Keaton Verhoff have been going to the Flames in mock drafts with great regularity. I would suggest one of the two will be available. What if both were? Where would you lean? Or do you care and say, Connie, I trust you, go get him?
I think there's more question marks with Verhoff.
I think that's fair to say.
I think his upside might be more as well. So it's kind of that. Are you taking
the greater
sure
unknown?
thing?
Yeah. Really like a lot of the stuff we hear about Carroll's physicality, compete, just blossoming into the
Good
physical player
human.
he'll be. Yeah.
He's one of those good humans as well.
Did he not grow up around cows?
It's good. It's farm boy, Dean. Apparently, this will be his first off season where he does hockey specific training, not chores on the farm. Which
why change now?
There.
I don't like.
Maybe it's working.
I'll tell you what, it is working because the Pickford kid is the same way.
Yeah, he Pickford.
He got cows.
Cattle. That's all they did. There was an article. I don't know. You go on your phone and shit pops up, and there it said it was in the New York Times, which I don't understand.
It's probably an athletic.
Whatever. Yes, sure. And it was about Pickford and how he grew up. Read it. It's crazy. And I don't mean crazy as in, but it's work, don't play hockey, work, don't play hockey, and then, maybe we'll let you play hockey. Like it's a different story than we've been on the ice every day since the age of 3. We're ready.
Pickford's an interesting one because he's a Habs draft pick. He had the 45 goals as a defenseman this year's 19-year-old season in the Western League with Medicine Hat. Do you see him as a guy that could break camp with the Habs, or is it absolutely?
No, because I said to my kid the other day,
she's going back.
I don't think he's hooped. You signed with the wrong team, kid. You have to sign. That's who the draft's. That's true.
Yeah.
How
he's a right shot D. They're a little thin on the right, but you're right.
They'll have to move some. You know what I mean? I just mean there would be other teams at the Flames. He's playing.
Really?
Right?
Good player, good season. Bobby Germany had this question.
Bob,
it's a good one.
It's not a good one.
Well, I mean, the value of the two piles is close to equivalent when you go to pick values, but this draft isn't every draft. And some drafts, the first overall pick has a Nate McKinnon or a Sidney Crosby. In other drafts, the first overall pick is a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins or a, Yakupov. But who would say no? Or
picks.
Is this fair?
I think Toronto says no because they don't need more picks. They're either going all in or they're taking the first overall pick and selling and getting other picks, right? You know what I mean? Like, I guess
I understand that position. Yeah.
Right?
Do you know you're saying Calgary should say no?
No, I'm saying Toronto would say no.
No, Rhett's saying Toronto.
Yeah, I know.
Or do both teams say no?
If Toronto takes it, they're going to spin that into players for right now.
Like which
four second rounders, a third, 2 firsts.
Do you? On the other side of it, do you believe McKenna's?
I don't think he's a superstar. I think he's a star. Maybe he will be a superstar, but this is not Celebrini, Bedard. In my opinion, it's not Schaefer who's going to come in and just start dominating the league.
Going to be this good.
We didn't. I just mean now that I'm not expecting that type of season from McKenna. But I think he'll be very, very good. I think he'll be a point per game player, winger.
It just feels like giving up 6th overall, a first, 4 seconds. You're doing that for Eric Lindros. Like you're doing that for a slam dunk franchise player.
Yeah. I don't think it's trade that works either.
I agree. I think it's a fair deal, and I think both sides would say, you know what? I don't know that we'll do it. Here's the voting. Over half saying
says
Toronto.
No, right?
Yeah, Toronto would say no. A third think Calgary would say no. And a small percentage think it's fair. I think the value of the assets is probably pretty fair. I just don't know what Toronto's trying to accomplish, right? If you use all those other firsts and start trading them for the pending free agents of the world, like the Blake Colemans and Morgan Frost, maybe you get the defenseman you need for the future and then load up the roster with the holes you have with veterans. But that's a lot of trading of picks.
Yeah, wouldn't it make more sense for Toronto to want a defenseman, White Cloud, Ball, someone that can play, and a Coleman, you know what I mean, than just a whole whack of picks to make more? Plus, they can't fit everyone in that get there. And the Flames' problem is you're not one player away.
Yeah.
Sure, you want to build around McKenna. I get it. But for Christ's sakes, you might have say it's Verhoff. We just talked about it. He might be a superstar defenseman. We don't know.
Chris Pronger. Yeah.
And you're gonna take away your chance at hitting a home run with all those other picks and just say, hey, McKenna, take us to the promised land.
There are a lot of draft classes where or you feel very certain that the number one player is quite a bit better than the players between 5 and 10. I'm not so sure in this draft class, especially with how unique some of these D-men are, that you might not look back and say, wow, like it was the third D taken, but this D right here, that's the guy that if you look at his career, he had the best one.
You're not a player away, and he's. I think McKenna will be. I think I would agree with you. I think he can be a hell of an NHLer, but he's not Lindros, and he's not.
It's not McKinnon. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like which means you're going to need a whole bunch of other pieces because a guy that I don't know that McKenna's even good enough to like a McDavid in Edmonton. Now guys will come to Edmonton.
Yeah, not that. No, I agree.
Right? Is McKenna creating that in Calgary? Oh, well, McKenna's there. I want to play in Calgary. I don't know. I don't think he's that caliber.
It's an interesting conversation, and you still, I think the voting just closed, Jack. Did you get a vote in, Jack? Or did you just say, that's too many numbers and picks? I don't.
No, I didn't.
So many numbers.
Brain melt.
Way too much going on.
Staying with picks, the Calgary Flames had a miserable run with conditional picks. Pike has broken it down on Flames Nation. Just under Craig Conroy alone, you had a conditional pick with Vancouver that didn't hit. A conditional pick with Tanev that didn't hit. A conditional pick with Hannafin. All they needed to do was win one round in Vegas. It didn't hit. You also look further back. You had a Chris Russell trade where Dallas had won one more game. A second would have turned to a first. Can they snap their conditional draft pick curse, Rhett? Well, 3 wins away.
Gang.
A lot of gang. He's a gangbanger. Rough and tumble Pike. Stampeders on the turf Friday. Jack and his idiot buddies, John Banter, myself will be there. We're excited. Season opener, friends. And look at this. End zone plus $45. Everyone's moaning about how expensive everything is. Hey, how about you come watch the best 3-down football on earth for less than $50? Get in there. And look at this little graphic the Stamps gave us. They know what they're doing.
There you go.
Looks good. See you there Friday.
Plan accordingly.
That's right. Friday looks perfect. The parting of the clouds on Friday, which is just looks like perfect CFL weather. Sorry, Dean, bad news. Bad news in the NFL as your team has been given the Madden curse.
Oh, dear.
There's Caleb Williams with his MJ pose, reenacting the incredible, what was it in the playoffs? The scramble and then toss to the end zone. A lot there, but more than what he's trying to create with the image, the curse is now on your Bears.
Sorry, Boom.
God damn it.
Calgary Surge are in action tonight. They're on the road. They need a dub, friends. They've been so good their first few years since relocating to Calgary. Time to get her going. They're up against the Niagara River Lions. Not familiar with River Lions. Don't know if they're in Niagara or not. Careful.
River Lions.
I would say get a big win and head to the sundown.
Brian?
I think it's fish. Yeah.
Is it a fish?
Silvertip. It's a
river lion.
Yeah. Stingers and honey badgers as well tonight. Look at that. CBC Gem, YouTube, CBL Plus.
Right on.
Come on, Serge, let's go. And some dumb stuff to close it out. I often think about Pittsburgh Jack. This is quite a move. The girlfriend holding up the sign and the dude in the hot dog outfit mauling dogs.
11 dogs consumed on Dollar Dog Night. We'll be keeping track of the second of good start.
Pittsburgh Jack living his best life. If you didn't move to Calgary, you'd be an 11 dog guy, not 5.5, Jack.
Yeah, it's tough.
And finally, Dean, I saw this and I could not stop laughing and thinking about you. I don't know if this is real, but I don't care, Dean. It's art.
Do that to your vet.
You know, here's the thing.
Do that to the vet.
I love dogs.
Yeah.
It can go too far.
Oh.
I mean, some people have an irrational love of their dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's carrying it in your purse, putting it in a baby carriage and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, settle down. I mean, he's a good dog, though.
Such a good boy.
That's a happy dog.
He's happy.
Man's best friend. Riding shotgun. Love to see it. That is your Pinder Report for Village Honda. Ready, set, summer underway tomorrow through Saturday. It is a 72-hour pop-up sale. Lots of money, knocked off demos, tons of pre-owned units on site, access to more in the dealer group. Get in, get driving. Ready, set, summer at Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall, your dealership for life.
What's up for the rest of this day, Retro?
I got to get the trailer set up. We're going to build a deck.
Build a deck?
Aren't you on the deck?
Build
This
a
is
deck.
my brother's Jack. Pay attention.
Oh,
You trespassing right
sorry,
now?
my bad.
I want to blow your
Maybe
cover.
I should just move his trailer off. And
Well, this was the place you were gonna take this over, weren't you?
there was a lot of banter back and forth about lots and movement and new ownership. And
Yeah,
this might have been the easier move.
it
You're
was.
mulling over your options, huh?
But then he backed out because he's a sniveling prick.
Oh
Right.
dear.
It's brotherly love.
And he made a better choice. But either way, he's sniveling.
Sniveling.
But you're there anyway. What a win for Rhett.
Well, the nice thing is once I build this deck today and get the trailer, I'm not leaving. Like, I love you. Not coming back.
To Calgary or to your brother's place or to who? Who's
Either. I'll stay on my end of the campsite.
It's a mountaineer, dude.
Gonna pick up my boat on Monday.
Oh, baby.
Zoom.
Hot Jack Summer going to make an appearance down there?
Jack is not invited.
What?
What?
He found out that someone's home alone and
Oh,
Yeah, I
forgot
got
that
other
there's
plans.
doorbell cams. It's not good.
Jeez, really?
I'd come by the lake, Jack, if I was making an entry.
Go around the back.
Be a
One of
little
those
more
paddle boats.
discreet. A little more discreet, please, Jack, if you could. Let's do our bets. Bets of the day brought to you by Bet365. Hockey fans tired of waiting for the end of the game to get paid, ready to move on to the next puck drop. That's why Bet365, official partner of the NHL, has 3-goal early payout. If the team you're riding goes up 3 goals at any point in the game, they pay your bet out early. Hockey moves fast, and now with 3-goal early payout, there's one less thing to wait around for. Bet365, download the app, see what early payout is all about. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly.
Blue Jays and Braves from Atlanta last night. Jays dropped a 4-3 result. Vladdy's starting to heat up. That's a good sign. Patrick Corbin on the bump today, but we're keying in on some batter props. 2+ total bases for Vladdy, who's looking like himself after a miserable start to the season. And Earl Clement, who's been excellent and amongst the major league leaders in doubles. Those guys both get 2 or more total bases. Plus 410. LFG. It's my bet. Doesn't need to be yours. Lots there on Bet365, including got the big soccer tournament this summer. You got Stanley Cup futures. You've got the Conn Smythe voting. The Roland Garros, Dean. Many of the top-seeded men have toppled. Only 2 top 10 seeds remain. And Felix Auger-Aliassime was in action earlier today. Could be on his way to a final in a major.
Who remains? I need to know.
Zverev's the top seed left. Auger-Aliassime won the first set and then dropped 3 in a row. He's now out. GD. So it meant 6 into 1 semi against Zverev. Zverev's the top guy left. Hasn't won a major yet. Dean's glossing over, but
No, I'm throwing something into the drive while
I
we're
don't
talking
expect you
about
to
baseball.
yeah, okay.
What's going on with our Blue Jays, Ryan? Our Blue Jays.
Getting healthy. They have Scherzer, Bieber, Garcia, and Kirk all getting into some rehab games or whatever. it's
Buffalo?
called.
Should we go to Buffalo?
Yes,
You guys
Buffalo's
wanna go
got
to
a bunch
Buffalo?
of. There's, I think it's going to be Scherzer and Bieber and someone else. All and Cease, who had missed one turn in the line. They're all going to start in Buffalo in the next week. So theoretically, a week and a half away from a healthy rotation, which has been their issue.
No,
That hitting.
CC's in LA with Kenny Holland.
Different guy. Yeah, both well compensated.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple little baseball things that because we showed yesterday, West Virginia, this thing on the country roads. This was Alabama, and they decided for it because there was a big moment. They're all playing their regionals and this sort of thing. This is Alabama, and they decided we should take the Moneyball. Do you remember the Moneyball movie with Brad Pitt? How it ended? We could probably Moneyball this thing. This was their most recent game.
And now you bring up the man who has been so clutch for this team with runners in scoring position. So clutch with runners on, Mr. Brady Neal, who's made a new name for himself at Alabama.
Bama once again down to its last strike, top of the 11th.
In the top of the 11th, Alabama. You want to talk about a young fellow showing up when the moment's biggest. The long ball on a hanging slider in the top of the 11th inning for a 3-run homer.
Bama would hang on to win.
How
After
about
Brady
these?
Neal. You saw Brad Pitt there. He heard the crack of the bat and he knew
He
it.
did.
He knew it was out. He knew it was off.
Jack, we got to get you one of those jerseys. Camo, Alabama
That is
cursive.
nails.
Oh,
Looks good, right?
Man, I wish I was good at fucking sports.
You'll be good. Just get the jersey.
You wish
and
you.
go.
That looks so fun.
You'll have to settle for having about 6 beers in the Coors Corral at McMahon
You've
on
never
Friday.
crushed a game-winning homer in
No.
in extras?
No, I wasn't even on the bench.
Get to the cages. Start swinging the bats, Jack.
Yes.
Let's go.
You're not too old.
And the last one, our buddy Mike Soroka. He plays for the
Yes.
Arizona Diamondbacks. The D-backs were playing the Dodgers. Now, Soroka used to be a member of the Atlanta Braves. And while he was an Atlanta Brave, he was teammates with Freddie Freeman, who now plays for the Dodgers. This was
The ball.
I do love when sport, like you say, when sports allows themselves to have a little fun. And we do see that from time to time in baseball, and that was a good one yesterday. With everybody,
Ball
Mr.
season,
Soroka.
is there?
How about it? A little super chat money coming in here. You put a comment in the YouTube live. The money goes to the youth centers of Calgary. We'll talk about you. We put your stuff on the show. You become part of the community.
Hmm.
Yeah. Obsidian Despair, $5. 3 wins for our first rounder. Never thought we'd get it when the trade happened, but now it's a real possibility. I agree with
All
the
that.
despair here. It was one of those, oh, and if they win the cup, okay. So,
Right.
yeah. If they win the cup, they'll get a first 3 wins away.
Yeah.
3 wins away. And so go from rooting hard for Vegas, win the cup, and then want them to bottom out immediately because you'll have their next 3 first rounders.
Hope they get the Florida war of attrition injuries from
Yeah.
playing too much hockey.
You guys are so tired, right? You guys
They're
are
gonna
so
be
tired.
exhausted.
Yeah. Coleman. Jack is Krusty the Clown betting on the Generals to beat the Globetrotters. I thought they were due.
Oh, now he's pulling out a ladder.
Oh, man. I am very cold right now.
Your bet was no goals in the first 9.5 minutes of the first period, and Ehlers scored 25 seconds in.
The third fastest goal ever in Game 1 history of the Stanley Cup Final.
I don't know. I had this vision in my head. I was just like, this is a low scoring. It's going to go to overtime. So I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a good start. The first 9:30, cash that, then maybe move that money into something else. I was already thinking about my next bet.
You were spending that money.
And then 30 seconds in, I was like, F this.
You're one of my favorite people, bar none. Oh, Big Bear. $13.99. Little Big Bear. 2 goals, 1 assist, +1 through 6 games of the men's Div A at age 13. I'll tell you, boys. Gordie Howe knew what's up. Don't tell Mrs. Bear, but playing hockey with my son might be the best thing I've ever done.
Nice.
That's unreal.
I'm glad you're doing it, Big Bear. That's awesome.
I don't know why we don't need to tell Mrs. Bear. I mean, Like, so you're
That's
saying
because they're going drinking after the game.
I was going to say, the Little Bear is hammering wine like Rhett's kid at the airport.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to have Little Bear without Mrs. Bear. Would you rather spend time with him than... Oh, it's tough.
Bonding.
Meanwhile, just make sure she's not canoodling with the doorbell cam. Keep an eye on these things. Justin's... It's game 7 overtime. Final 2 minutes. Who you taking? Theodore, Hannafin, and Hart? Or Retro, Regeer, and Kipper?
You know the answer.
This is obvious. You always take Kipper.
Nice.
No,
Kipper for sure. Can we
it's Kipper
piecemeal this
all
together? Can we
day.
kind of grab from each, or does it...
Is it a recipe put together, or do I have
Prime
to just
Kipper?
choose?
I don't know how many goalies I'm taking ahead of him. Like maybe Prime Hasek and some other guys, but certainly not this version of Carter Hart. As good as he's been. No disrespect to Carter. Goalie.
Kipper could have been tighter to the post in game 6.
Geez.
Double OT there. But
that's all.
All right.
That's it. I thought there was a whole bunch. I even have the comments thing turned on.
No, 4 of them. We had 4 of them.
That's better.
I never really thought much about it. They brought the cup out last night before the intros.
Yeah.
They've done that now for a little. They did it last year, I think,
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
not long-standing, but it feels like a new tradition.
Yeah. I was surprised. People, what are they doing? This shouldn't be out there. What are they doing this for? I thought it was kind of cool. So here's what it is. You know what it is, but here it is. Let's go. I'm not like, that doesn't need to be out there. It's distracting from the, what do you have to have? What?
I don't think it was distracting at all.
What was more distracting was the referee looking at the camera and doing a little acting speech, and the guy's like, "Just drop the goddamn puck."
I know.
Like,
hey guys, here we are. Let's get. Does it
Take a look around.
This? That's when Warner would just take a stick, whack him in the top of the laces. Hey, drop the fucking puck.
Drop it, Zebra.
Drop the puck here, pal. Well, that'll do it for today. The how was the show, Jack? It was a little.
It's a little all over the place.
You're a little all over the
Got
place
through it.
when we're all over the place for sure.
I like Rhett's setup. I'll tell you that.
I do like Rhett's setup. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Can Jack
Rhett's not
produce the
coming
show
back.
from there? That's going to be.
Well, I was going to say, if Rhett's not coming back, we should all go up to Retro.
Well, you're not invited, but good luck finding me.
It'd be a great time.
Good luck finding me.
I could find you. I know people there.
I've been thinking about a doc show at Rhett's house for ages. I think it might, as soon as
A what
guys
show?
go there. Or a doc show where we do a show from your dog.
That's a different deal.
Yeah, I know. So bad.
Rock?
See you, buddies.